Good morning on day number 2 here at none other than Sage. My name is A-Spec Herald once again, live on the casting sofa. Yes, I used the word sofa rather than couch because today that is how I roll. We're ready to go for group stages C and D actually. We had A and B yesterday, which was pretty much went as expected with the Nexus coming out on first in the first group, and not Epsilon, but Nevo coming in first on the second, the Group A. We're gonna start here today with a Group C match. It's gonna be none other than WinFakt versus skitlite. Let's get underway and let's see whether or not this party is going to get started very, very quickly. It's interesting, really, because this morning we did arrive here at the venue, and we were all just chilling, and suddenly we wanted to park the car. We see the cops standing by, and so we're just chilling, parking the car, walk by, think, oh, the cops they're basically... yeah, they're basically just putting tickets for parking over there. But turns out that in the depth of the night, people decided it would be a great idea to knock in the windows of said cars and nick stuff out of them. So 3 cars are essentially without windows right now. French, English, and Dutch. It's good times, good times. Let's get on our way. It's none other than City Streets. It's skitlite versus WinFakt. WinFakt actually being poised to be number 3 at this tournament, or at least being one of the contenders here at Sage. Currently, the bomb is going to be in the hands of WinFakt. They are on standby so far. Let's go over these rosters while we're at it. It's Reflex, Trigger, Mark, Leonidas, Fantasy. While on the skitlite, we have got Teeks, Kazusui, Welsi, Kins, and Shaw. Great names there, guys. As my good friend Kleineman has just arrived in the building as well. Teeks will pick up this last one, though. It could clutch this out. 1v3. Has already taken down Mark. Just Trigger and Leonidas remaining. The bomb is still not planted. Unlucky on that peak. Leonidas with that scope. Leonidas on that scope will take him down with that cross. Probably not the wisest of the ideas because, well, the enemy hasn't planted the bomb. They wouldn't be able to do anything. So why would you even decide to go for a peek? Leonidas scoped out, and again, it looks like a push on towards A. Let's see if we can pick anybody off behind plan box. Still scoping around with Trigger picking up the first kill. A lot of fraying going on. Not much being picked out here. Let's see what we can find on the overview map. Yeah, nobody is over by A at all. Well, there is just one behind plan box. Fantasy down, but it's still 2v4. Shia. It's going to be between a rock and a hard place because the bomb is being planted as we speak. And that right there is going to be the end of that. It is round number 3. Once again, we are on City Streets. Let's see what kind of strategy they're going to be employing now. What kind of initial play they're going to be having. Not even picking up the bomb. Looks like it's going to be an A push. Fantasy. Well, she's actually expecting a very aggressive push on towards A. So far, not really anything like that happening. Let's see what Teeks can do here. And he's AKing it up. Leonidas on the other end, he is expecting unlucky. Does not manage to pick up the first one. And it's these kind of shots that you really should be able to pick up if you want to be considered number 1 or number 2 within Europe. We do have a Nexus here as well as Nevo, who managed to completely and utterly dominate the former lineup of Aces, which is now Epsilon. But the that setup right there is pretty good. Fantasy Leonidas only man standing here, even though Fantasy does pick up the single. Is he gonna get in another one here? Yes, he will. Picks up the second. Needs to watch out that he doesn't get shut down just outside of market. Oh, on the cross! Bomb down, but Leonidas will pick it up regardless. SMG picked up on that scope as well. Nicely baited out, making that 0-3. You just tuned in here. You are watching Chaos TV live at Sage. It is currently 30 past 10 in the morning. We're off to a quick start today compared to our ridiculous delay of 2 hours yesterday. Now, this stream has been made possible by MediaOnShop.nl. They got all sorts of cool stuff, including a Wi-Fi speaker that we have, which is pretty cool stuff. In the meantime, let's get back into the game. Teeks again. He's been. Let's see how he's been playing so far. Yeah, he's #1 fragging. The bomb has been planted again, but this time on the other side, the Teeks in the lower position is going to get shut down. Bomb has been planted, and so far it's definitely not looking good for skitlite. Time for round number 5. In all honesty, we did not expect much to happen from this matchup today. The match itself was pretty much expected to be a bit of a walkover, mainly because skitlite is considered to be one of the weaker players in this group. The group does consist of none other than, yeah, it's Group C. It's Heroes, which is basically which is Solu and fans. Team WinFakt, TH, skitlite, and Cracked. While in Group number D, there's Living Fire in 7, Her, Dar, and Isuba. Should be an interesting mix-up between Her and Isuba. We'll be looking forward to see them entering the building. Yesterday, we did see Next, Evolution, Epsilon, Viborg, Vipers, and Hijinks in Group A, with Group B and Nexus versus Pro, Nectimida, and Doped HD. In the meantime, though, we just see Teeks all again by himself. Reflex and Leonidas should be able to plan this down. Yeah, the bomb's going to get planted, even though Teeks, come on, get a bit of spray there. Yeah, he gets knocked out, no problem whatsoever. And Reflex will take him down. And that will make the score 5-0. Very, very solid play here from WinFakt. One could think that they are just warming themselves up a little bit for the rest of the tournament. Tomorrow, of course, we get the playoffs. Tonight, we should be done somewhere around 5 o'clock, which is really early, hopefully. If it's anything like yesterday, like we're done really early, then we can actually go for a drink. I had a whole bunch of cocktails last night. It was amazing. I don't even have a hangover. And the amount of vodka I drank was absolutely astounding. Say something about my liver, I guess. Back into the game, though. Funsies aside. Reflex and Mark for WinFakt are down. Looks like skitlite may actually be looking up slightly. Yes, they will be, because it's just Trigger and Leonidas remaining. Especially Leonidas is going to be the weaker of the bunch, even though Trigger does go down. My apologies. No, Elsie goes down. Nicked off by Trigger. It's 2v4-3. As well, she leaves the game. Oh, dear. Quick rage. Quick rage. Let's see if Trigger can hold it back. Fantasy does take out another one. Bomb plan backed up. It's time to go for A. Nobody's going to be on that site. skitlite have nobody there, and Fantasy is going to go on the intercept right here. On the cross is going to go down. It's 1v2. Bombs being planted, and Trigger will have this. If he plays his cards right, they will know where he is. They should know where he is. Just scanning around. Clever little... Yeah, they're waiting really long to get onto what's the side. It's all on Trigger right now. Holding steady because they're coming down the stairs very quickly. If they can push in, if they can have some communication. Here they go. 1v1. Nicely done. Takes him down, and we will see skitlite with their first round here in the tournament. At least, yeah, absolutely in the tournament. It's going to be 5-1. Well done there on the skitlite lineup. Kajusui and Kins holding steady, pushing in at the correct time, allowing Trigger to focus only on one side and getting shot in the back, really. 5-1. It's time for WinFakt to try another push again on towards the A site. They were trying to go towards B earlier on, and even Mark is deciding that whoever is sitting behind that plan box needs to die. Oh, it's Teeks once again. Will go down through that nade. Unlucky on that one. Meantime, though, the round itself being fairly slow. Again, looks like it's going to be a plant. Leonidas on the bomb site.
Explosives planted.
Gets the bomb plant in. Leonidas picks up yet another one. That's the kind of work you want to see from a bomb carrier. Ooh, unlucky. Sui gonna go down as well, and that right there is gonna spell 1v6 in favor of Team WinFakt. They should have a fairly easy walk up towards the rest of the tournament, as they are pretty much expected to continue on to top the group here at Sage, which is Sean's amazing gaming event, which probably has to be the funniest name in video game history for an event. For this amount of money, that is. 3.5K for both tournaments. 7K in total. Enemy territory and Call of Duty 4. We had a whole bunch of Call of Duty 4 enemy territory last night as well, up to like 2 a.m. in the morning. A lot longer than I expected it to be. All right, Leonidas, let's see what you can do here. Yeah, they have the site completely under control. No problem.
Explosives
B is planted, and it's time for skitlite to suddenly realize that, oh crap, we need to rotate. That's gonna be a double-double. Trigger doing it like he should. It's 7-1. Fairly easy round so far. Up in round number 9. So far, the match seems to be fairly boring. There's just not much going on here. A lot of play being mixed up with the WinFakt players holding steady. It looks like Leonidas doesn't even need the fake plant. Is going to take down Whale Sheep with an absolute easily, as Mark says, making it 8-1. Let's take a look at these stats as well. 11-5 for Reflex. On the other end, 6-8. And well, see, all the way at the bottom, he did reconnect with 1-3, but still, that is in after 9 rounds and reconnecting 2 rounds in. That's gotta knock you down, to say the least. That's definitely not the kind of performance that you want from a player at a LAN. Teeks, in the meantime, goes for a triple in the hat trick after finally getting taken down. Finally, some action going on here, but it was a little too late. Does take out 3. Well played, and that's gonna put WinFakt with only 2 players remaining. Very well done. Teeks really holding it up. But it was not enough. It's 9-1. Very well played. Remind me to turn off the in-game chat, by the way. Mark, fairly quick push with a shotgun. You're kidding, right? Unlucky, they'll know where he is. Will be shut down. But Fantasy's going to have nothing about that. Reflex, in the meantime, getting himself a double once again. And all of a sudden, skitlite finds himself with only 2 players remaining. Even though Sheena does get the scope on the setup. While Leonidas is just checking it around. Anybody around? Nobody on the top right. Oh, Shua's scoping is not all up to spec, I guess. And that's going to believe just Inkin's remaining here in the middle. He's going to get tagged up. They know where he is. He's going to go in to rotate. Leonidas comes in from behind. Will take him down. It's 10-1. One more round to a halftime. And this could be a very, very quick first match here in group stage number C, which, incidentally, C is not a number. It's a letter. That's right. I got that. Be sure to check out the Twitter feed. It's going to be #SageLAN. That's Sage LAN. As Mark with the shotgun, not even taking this serious anymore. Does get taken down for his troubles. And finally we're seeing these scope shots from Shua coming in. Gets knocked down by Leonidas himself, though, so that's just not going to be enough. And look at WinFakt's skitlite's play. Their communication seems on, but their individual fragging skills are slightly less good than you'd expect. Oh, Leonidas going in hot, taking down the first and then the second with the deagle. Well played. Good half. Let's gear up for the next one. We have 2 more rounds remaining until this potentially is over. So far, it's not looking good for our good friends from skitlite, and WinFakt are completely and utterly, well, taking a plow to their undiscovered land, so to speak. I have to be very creative with my wording here, which makes things interesting. But 1-11 is definitely a very, very, very hard round setup. All right, let's see what we're going to be seeing here. The bomb is going to go A. Skitlite. However, a very quick push in towards the side. This is very aggressive from Sui. Will find Leonidas right there. But a lot of spray. So, look, okay, if you're going to be playing aggressively there. Oh, that barrel. Nicely done. Tags up the barrel. Very well done there, Sui. Very, very well done. Holds him steady. And we'll pick up yet another one. And that's going to put Shui all by himself. After which we will find ourselves in a map point situation, which we will. It's 1-12. It is match point for WinFakt. Slightly slower match than people had expected. Then again, these are the number 1 and the number 5 in the group. Group C and Group D have... oh my god, is that an M14 mark? You're kidding, right? Yes, that is an M14. Now he's just taking the piss. Even though there's already 2 down from that Skitlite, they're going to have an easy time walking in towards the site. 1, 2, 3. We'll take down Akins. And that's going to leave Shua all one by himself again. Not being in position with that scope in time. That's going to be a... Ooh, yeah, there we go. Oh, gets a knife. Nicely done. Does get himself a knife and a deagle kill. Good game. That right there is going to spell the end of the very first match here on day number 2. It was none other than Skitlite versus WinFakt. WinFakt easily winning that one out. It's 13-1. One round being picked up by Skitlite, and it's going to hurt him in the long run. We'll be right back with you with more coverage from Sage here on Chaos TV, made possible by MediaOnShop.nl. Don't go anywhere, because today's morning is maybe heavy, but it's definitely a good one. We'll see you soon.
Under attack, always coming in last. Bring it up the pass. No one owes you anything. I think you need a shotgun blast, a kick in the ass. So paranoid. Watch your back. Oh my, here we go. Another loose cannon gone bipolar. Slip down, couldn't get much lower. Quicksand's got no sense of humor.
to sleep, sing me to sleep. I'm tired and I want to go.